Close your eyes for a minute. Close your eyes for a second.
Hi guys, welcome back. And again, please subscribe to this channel, like, share this channel with your friends and family. We need to grow our numbers in 2025. With that being said, let's get into the reason why I am here and you're watching me. Posh Farms, the Beverly Hills ladies are back. Yes, after a 2-week hiatus, they are back on our screen. And guys, sorry, we did not miss a thing. We did not miss a thing. And if this episode is any indication for what is to come, it might be a snooze fest, guys. It might be a snooze fest. I want to say this: Dorit's campaign against Kaale, Sutton, basically everybody, with the exclusion of Erika and Bozoma, it's gotten to the point where it's now bordering on a psychosis. Yes, it's reached fever pitch. The girl is not backing down. I don't know who hurt her. PK, maybe you need to come take your check. Resolve all your issues, because according to her, this particular trial separation is no longer working, and it's very indicative because she's unraveling in front of our eyes. Now let's particularly get into the recap. That was episode 6. This was last night's episode. I'm not sure where you're watching from. This is Australian time, so my Australian time, it actually happened last night. Now, in unpacking this particular highlight, I want to say this, right? Sometimes our emotions gets the better of us. No matter how successful, no matter how unsuccessful we are in our careers, we as women, we need to learn how to incorporate decorum, especially when you are in the spotlight. Decorum is, key to just ascending. That's what I'm saying. As women that I feel we're deserving of a lot more, we're deserving of our respect in society. And I don't know, Real Housewives is giving us a downgrade. Why am I speaking on this? Anyway, this particular episode kicked off from where the ladies left off in episode 5. Pretty much we can see that Bozoma is introducing us to her boyfriend. I don't know his name, didn't mention his name. She feels this particular relationship is better than anything she's been in, and well, I don't know what she's been in, but from her illustration or from her commentary, she's had a few run-of-the-mill cheaters and everything else, and so this particular one is a breath of fresh air. The guy seemed very intentional during his moments with her on the show, or this particular episode. He seemed like he's ready to go to the next phase. They are doing on, I think, a distance relationship, but it's so far working for them because there's this communication that is, ongoing, persistent, consistent. Let me not use the word persistent, but consistent, which is what Bozoma needs. So we'll see how this particular relationship, transcends where they are right now. But good on her for sharing the deets. Garcelle is spending family time. She is in her honeymoon phase. When I mean honeymoon, she is still celebrating her win, and that is having to unveil her beach house. This time she's having to should I say set lunch, or having a beach lunch or beach house warming or house opening with her kids. And there's just family time, and that's just something that you want to see. It's very refreshing to watch. She did share a little bit about the struggles from her eldest child and how they overcame his struggle. I don't want to go into any details. It is her story to share, and the way she shared it gave a dignity to the boy's life. I mean, it's a lot, as a single mom, battling it for herself and her 3 boys. It's a challenge, and I think the fact that she's succeeding is what is making me really smile and be happy for her. So Garcelle, here's 2 more wins for you. Very quickly, we see Erika. Now, Erika is trying to do a home makeover. She's trying to remodel. I don't know if this is her rented space, and I did say this last episode, like, is she renting this space? Has she bought this space? Because she's doing too much. She is doing too much. And from the session she had with the interior designer, I don't know, she employed the big guns to take on a very small space. Now, if his resume is anything to go by, I feel like she's doing too much for a rental space. This guy is planning to transform this particular space. Well, good luck to her. Now, not only that, Erika is visiting Dorit, and here Dorit can be seen giving Erika or unpacking to Erika what happened during therapy session with PK. Basically, PK now wants a divorce. Okay, I don't know, did she say this to Boss or Erika? But I know we'll get to that. According to her, PK is unraveling too, and there's more animosity and more anger, more than what she was expecting. I don't think Dorit thought this through before she went on this trial separation, okay? Because she is completely confused as to what she wants. They're separated, they're going to therapy. She, however, doesn't want dissolve her marriage to dissolve in front of our eyes. But then she is not doubling down either. So, or she's doubling down, how do you say this? And it's more like these two are fighting over what? Dominance. Who is head, who is the one that's meant to be making the decisions. So it's not quite clear what's happening. Like I said, this is more for storyline than anything else. I don't know how long we're going to see this through, because it's now not, it's very distasteful, because when you are separating, I would think the next step is, I don't know, I really don't know how this works. Maybe there is an off chance that they're going to get back together. So we're going to leave it at this. All right. However, the conversation between her, Sutton, and Camille also came up, and Erika was, praising her for speaking up and literally yelling at everybody in the table and trying to defend herself, or trying to, should I say, find her voice. And she was really happy. She was happy that she has got Erika on her side, tooting her horn, supporting her every nasty behavior on the show. Good on her. There is a particular final highlight, which was what took place, or the confrontation or showdown that happened in the ViperRoom. Again, it's the team this particular season with the girls. There's always, a fight or an altercation, an argument, a confrontation at every end to the episode. So this happened again in episode 6. I'm going to get to that, which is pretty much the highlights again for this particular episode. There wasn't much to talk about, but before we go to that, we see Bozoma visiting Dorit. Dorit's parents are here. They came to show support for Dorit. She's going through a lot right now. She tells us herself. And here we could see again Dorit rehashing her therapy session with PK to Bozoma. This time she did say, PK mentioned something about, I want a divorce, and you're not, it's not working, we are yelling at each other, the relationship has broken down, deteriorated to the point where this is why I want a divorce from you. And I'm not sure, Bozoma is pretty much making all of these facial expressions and noise exclamations, so it's quite, I don't know, but pretty much she is praising Dorit, and everything Dorit says is gold. She also alluded to the conversation that happened between her and Sutton, and how she felt that Sutton weaponized the information she got from being friends with Dorit in order to mock her situation at the moment. Now, Bozoma, I like you, girl. I like the way you came into the show. I like the way it felt like you're standing on business. You were a boss woman. However, your relationship now, or the dynamics or the line you're trying to play, does not suit well for your personality. I feel like you should get to know this woman and not exactly tooting their horn, or should I say stirring the pot by pretending not to stir the pot. You are stirring the pot. You are being a little bit you've taken a side. Okay, you've chosen a side, and your utterances indicates that. Now, I don't want you to be next, because these women, they come for each other, they come for everybody. You think the Dorit you know now is the best Dorit ever. Just wait until you get into a few seasons, and then you see how they will come for you. All I can say is, girl, we've seen this, we've been here, and it's not pleasant. I will see you choosing your battles very wisely. Diplomacy is always very much I'll advocate for diplomacy when it comes to this type of relationship dynamics, especially when you're trying to, I don't know, resolve, keep friendship together, or take sides. Choose one, and let's stick with that one. And this is where we'll get to the end of the particular episode. The girls were going to celebrate Erika's single release. This is off the back of her divorce, and now she's coming back and finding herself again. Yeah, so this particular single release is going to be happening in the ViperRoom present. Of course, Sultan, Jennifer, which is Sultan's friend, Gazelle, Kaale, Bozoma, Erika, Erika and Dorit. Now on the ride with Sultan is Jennifer, and we could hear Sultan was a little bit apprehensive about the confrontation or the conversation that happened with Camille and Dorit and herself, and she felt that Bozoma is trying to stir something that she shouldn't. Basically, she feels Bozoma is defending Kaale, Dorit, for the wrong reasons or without the full picture. She also says she's going to have a word with Bozoma, and this is exactly what happens in the ViperRoom. She did pull Bozoma aside to say, I felt insulted when you said that I'm not supporting women, or I was weaponizing Dorit's low moments against her. Well, I don't know how they cleared the air, but Bozoma did highlight and stood on business, insisting, yes, this is how I feel. Maybe I shouldn't have used the word weaponize, but you know what? Yeah, Bozoma is a very smart, intelligent businesswoman, and so you could tell she is not going to be a bullshit taker. Sorry for my language. And so when she said, you got my vocabulary all upside down, I'm going to clear the reason why I use the word victimization, or you're using, or weaponization. And so I guess Sutton is well over her head on this one, because she looks like she was stuttering. She wasn't confident in herself, even when she is trying to defend, should I say, a misconception about her, and it came across like she was quite nervous. Hopefully these two can find a way that isn't related to Dorit to get along, because there is so much potential for a blossoming friendship between Sultan and Bozoma. But it is to be seen how this plays out as the season progresses. The night concludes with a big confrontation, in fact, a showdown between Kaale and Dorit, as well as Dorit and Sultan. Now we'll go with Kaale, because I think we all know or overheard Kaale telling Gazelle that she is still in contact with Dorit's ex PK. Now, I don't know how the particular conversation transpired behind the scene, but it did feel like Dorit had got wind of this information. But in order to be diplomatic about it, she decided to ask Kaale without the knowledge that there's something brewing. So she went to Dorit with the fact that I'm just trying to question, because I know you've had you have a friendship with my ex. However, I am now in a good space with him, and I don't want a lot of information to be leaking out to him. And so I just want to find out where you are at with that relationship. Are you still in contact with him? Are you communicating with him? And Kaale was taken off guard, you know, the way it was presented. So she did say, yes, we do communicate with memes and jokes. That's all it's been. And Dorit went further to say, when was the last time you guys communicated? She did say the week prior, which was, you know, quite close. And Dorit was like, well, we're not in good terms. And you know that I have these issues with him. And if the shoes were reversed, if I was in communication with Maurizio, your ex, would you be happy about it? There wasn't any response from Kaale with that, but then Kaale was defensive, saying, I've had a history with PK, we do communicate, we don't talk about you, we don't talk about what is going on in your life at the moment, and I don't know what's going on because you're not telling me what's going on, and I'm not trying to get any information from your ex regarding what's going on. And Dorit is like, well, you should know that you're breaking the friends code. I think, again, Kaale was very defensive. She did not want to back down, to come across like she's done something wrong. But ultimately, Sultan, you know, chimed in to say, well, this is what I've been talking about when it comes to me trying to be there for you, knowing that I've gone through this, and I extended an olive or friendship branch. And Dorit said, well, you did use that against me from last sit down, and here you are offering again. I don't think it's well intended. I don't think it's genuine. I think it's should I say, indicative of who you are as a person. You might be very spiteful. You might come across as nice, but you're very spiteful and vindictive. That got a few voice raised. Sultan was like, okay, well then I'm no longer your friend, I'm going to be cordial with you. You know what, these women are all over the place. I honestly, the whole it was a mess. There was no resolution with those two, so it looks like there's going to be cordiality just for the sake of the business of making money on TV, and anything other than that will be a very surface-based friendship. I think I like that because we all know where we stand. There's no faking it. That seems logical in this particular dynamics of group friendship. And then they went back to Kaale, and of course, voice again, emotions went high, voice were raised, and Kaale was like, I'm completely done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you trying to intimidate me. I think in that light. And I don't know, I felt I had glasses breaking because the women all stood up and they were trying to, be the go-between, as these women were literally raising their voices as well as hands at each other. This is where it ends. So we're going to find out if this particular confrontation, showdown, ended in a physical altercation. We're going to find out. Now, what do you think? Personally, Kaale is wrong here. As soon as there was the announcement of the separation, regardless of how your situation or your friendship was strained with Dorit, the first point of contact was to let PK know that I'm going to not communicate with you in the meantime. That doesn't mean I don't respect you, I don't love you, I don't like you as a friend, or our friendship isn't going to break. But at the moment, it's going to be on a pause. That was what Kaale should have done. But she didn't do this. And I guess I will feel the same way. I would definitely be resentful if any friend of mine keep communicating with my ex in the guise of trying to, I'm still friends with him. That is unacceptable. I will not be contacting his friends to be kicking. And I feel like the respect should also extend that way. Now, you know what? It's hard. We live in the real world, so we can see how these dynamics oftentimes creates conflict. Friendship, marriage breakdown, friendship then results in a huge breakdown, suffering from the marriage breakdown. I don't know. The point I'm trying to say here is Dorit is a little bit irrational in her judgment, in what she's doing. Her behavior is just all over the place. She's so angry and she's taking it out on Kaale, like Kaale is the one that destroyed her marriage. I don't know. I really don't know. And I hope we can get a resolution to this whole conflict, because it's been from episode 1 to episode 6 now, and we are still dealing with the fallout from Dorit's separation from her husband PK. It's quite ridiculous now. Even her parents being present and not helping her emotions at all. It's literally just adding fuel to the fire. And I don't know if it's Erika and Bozoma that is engineering this behind the scene. I really don't know, man. I can't tell you. So what do you guys think? Come on the comment section. And remember, you are deserving. Thank you for watching.